Oh, sorry, we are now back again, no? I didn't know that IG Live is only for an hour. So I need to add back Jessa again on the line.
We're
Ayun,
back.
we're back. 1 hour lang pala tong
Ay,
IG Live. So
ganun.
dapat pala, the
Mm.
next time around, no, when I have my next guest, dapat mas tweet ko in just 1 hour yung questions. But anyway, I still appreciate, no, kasi syempre the discussion is fluid naman. So it's fine. Yeah, going back, no, so sabi mo nga about praying, no, na parang you don't have any time in a certain day that you need to pray, and as long as when you pray, you need to have your heart in it, di ba? Your intentions are pure, and when
Mm-mm.
you reach out to God, no, about what you need to talk about, no,
Pero,
on a certain day.
mm-mm. Pero just to make ano lang,
Go, go.
it's also important that there's specific time na inaalat ka to devote
Mm.
um, and to spend time with God. Kasi we have what we call devotion. So aside
Mm.
from your usual prayer, so it's also important for you to have siguro 1 hour or 30 minutes or even 5 minutes or 10 minutes na reading ng Bible, I
Mm.
mean, Word of God. So, aside from prayer, it also is, parang, I can consider that as a prayer um, kasi prayer is your communication to God, di ba?
Yeah.
So, when you read Bible, at the end of reading, you also pray. And also before reading the Bible, you also pray for wisdom.
Mm.
And for the wisdom to understand yung word ni God. So, ayun,
Yeah.
right now I don't have specific time for prayer, pero I don't recommend that or suggest that to other person. Kasi
Yeah.
it's important for you to have a specific prayer time. For
Mm.
example, you set every 3 p.m. or every 6 p.m. you pray. It's ano din, it helps you, and it doesn't mean na parang you don't have or you don't need a specific
Mm.
time for prayer. It
Yeah.
it helps. Pero if you don't have the time or siguro sa isang busy ka talaga sa araw na yun, um, hindi mo maiwasan talaga na ma-skip yung time na inalat mo. Pero you can pray
Oh.
yung simple prayer, or you can, spend, or you can have your quality time or devotion kahit sa shorter period lang or shorter time. So
Yeah.
it's really up doon sa situation or sa circumstances mo on that specific day. Ayun.
Mm. Well, actually, when you mentioned about there's nothing specific time, no, I would agree to that. It's not actually a
Mm-mm.
bad mindset
Yep.
na wala talaga
Mm-mm.
specific time. Kasi, yeah, you mentioned that when you wake up, you pray na eh. So that's
Mm-mm.
actually, ano na din, I wouldn't say as acceptable. Siguro as that's also hindi rin enough eh. Ano ba yung term na parang fit talaga? Na parang there's no siguro let's just put it this way. There's really no specific time or restriction or
Mm-mm.
reservation that we can be able to talk to God,
Yep.
no?
Mm-mm.
Kasi even though during work breaks, you can actually pray kasi sometimes may isip mo na lang bigla na parang when you are experiencing something challenging, na parang bigla ka na yung default mo, na parang, Lord, please help me. Parang, give me the wisdom. Or
Yep.
give me the patience. Alam mo yun, yung mga ganong bagay. And
Mm-mm.
that leads me to my next question. So, when you go to sleep at night, before you go to sleep at night, what's the last thing you have in mind?
Honestly, Von, ngayon, nagpa-pass out na ako. I mean, talagang pagpagod ka, parang makakatulog ka na bigla-bigla. Hindi mo na mamamalayan na tulog ka na. So, yun yung situation ko ngayon, just to be honest. So, ano ba yung last thing wala akong, ano, paano ba? Kahit naman noon parang dahil sa pagod mo, makakatulog ka na rin agad.
Uh,
Pero, siguro, if you have the chance, or yung day mo hindi ganun ka-busy, you still, close your day, by praying, thanking God dun sa nagdaang araw, and nagawa mo
mhm,
man yung kailangan, yung mga task mo for that day, or hindi mo man siya nagawa, parang you're still hopeful for a better day
mhm,
the next day. So, yun. One last thing, wala akong maisip eh. Kasi talagang pag before ako matulog, parang, hindi eh, kasi ganito ako ngayon. Parang pagkahiga ako, bilangan mo lang ako ng 5 seconds, tulog na. Kaya,
Naalala ko tuloy sa mga inuman, yung parang 5 seconds, walang mali siya. Parang, alam mo
tulog
yun, yung
na
parang
agad.
bibilangan ka ng 1, 2, 3, 4. Dapat kailangan mo may gawin ka. Yung sa'yo, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, tulog ka na.
Parang mapasandal. Siguro dahil sa syempre ang dami mong ginagawa sa buong araw. Parang
Ah,
pag nagkaroon ka ng chance na humiga, wala, tulog ka na talaga. So,
mm,
yun yung mostly nangyayari sa akin, to be honest. Na. Just to be honest, ganun yung situation ko ngayon. Pero pag kunwari may mga maluwag naman yung day, you have to, take the opportunity to pray and to thank God sa
yeah.
nangyari.
Yeah. As much as you open the day with the prayer, di ba, we close it with the prayer as well.
Mm-mm.
No?
Mm-mm.
So, that leads me to my last question. And
Mm.
yeah, how can you describe your story today in one word?
Wow. I can say,
And
can you
why
have
na lang
5
siguro din?
why?
Yeah.
One word lang
One
talaga.
word and then why? One word lang. And then you can explain naman why you chose that word to describe your story today.
Mm, sa season ko ngayon, no? Pinapahirapan mo ako masyado ba na? Parang pang Miss Universe tong tanungan natin. Grabe ka, ang tagal na natin hindi nagkita, tapos magkikita tayo, pinapahirapan mo ako. Joke lang. Hindi. Thank you ka pala ha for having me. Yes, sa
Uh,
pilot episode.
yes, of course.
Nagbabay ako ng time para magpag-isip. One word lang talaga, one word.
One word lang.
Story. About siguro sa season natin ngayon, no? Or sa season na meron ako ngayon. Um,
Mhm.
Cliche kasi pag sinabi kong challenging. Or siguro break. Ano ba? Dapat ba descriptive? Or
Depende sa'yo, how you would describe your story today.
wait, today? Today or season?
Today, I mean, the conversation that we just had today.
Okay. Okay. Um, siguro parang ang bait natin, no? Kasi ang bait ng mga pinag-uusapan natin. feeling ko ang bait-bait ko ngayon. Hindi nila alam kung ano yung kung ano yung nangyayari sa ating dalawa pag, ano ba? Mabait po talaga. Ano? Ano ba? Siguro, yung life, kung i-describe mo yung story ko, or kung i-describe ko yung story ko, grace yung sasabihin ko.
Grace,
Grace.
yeah.
Grace talaga. Kahit noon pa man, talagang, kahit before naman yun talaga yung grace lang talaga ni God yung nag,
Mm.
nag yung fuel ko. Parang, di ba parang, well kasi yung mercy, di ba, yung mercy at grace, magkaiba yan. Yung mercy kasi, parang, it's something that you deserve, pero hindi,
Mm.
wini-withhold sa'yo ni God kasi mahal ka niya.
Mm.
Yung grace is something that you don't deserve, pero God
Mm.
willingly gives to you kasi mahal ka niya. So it's both,
Mm.
di ba? The source of it, both it's coming from the love of God. Pero ang yung journey ko ngayon is all about grace lang talaga. Um, wala naman akong ginawa parang it's all about God.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
the very thankful kasi parang 'di ba? Sa lahat nangyayari ngayon, parang magpapasalamat ka lang talaga kay God kasi sinusustain ka niya sa everyday life mo.
Yeah, yeah.
And it keeps you really, paano ba? It humbles yourself. Not only you,
Mm.
siguro lahat. Kasi ngayon nakikita na natin na hindi pala material things yung important.
Yeah,
Diba?
yeah.
Parang, anong gagawin mo sa damit mo? Diba? Ngayon hindi na natin nagagamit yung mga damit na
Ito,
magaganda.
ngayon ko lang nagagat ulit to.
Oo nga. Yung mga makeup mo hindi mo na nagagamit. So, it really, it opens the eyes ng mga
Yeah.
tao natin na yung material things hindi important. What's important is something that you cannot buy. So one is
Yeah.
yung, 'di ba, yung health and yung time, 'di ba? So wala kang yung grace ng God, wala kang ginawa. It's really um the love of God. So
Yeah.
it's really God. So yun.
Mm.
Yun.
Well, that's actually a meaningful word, no, for everyone. And yeah, that's it. No? That wraps up our conversation tonight. So,
Yes.
first, yun. Ano?
Congrats.
Thank
Sa
you. No,
paggawa
no,
mo.
thank you for taking the time tonight. No, it was a last minute invitation, and then suddenly, di ba, sabi mo you were not available to do the 7 p.m. Session because you have a class and the likes. And yeah, you're one of the people then that I had in mind to do this segment in my Instagram live because I know for a fact, you also know what I've been through in the firm
Mm.
before, mga rant days, mga away days, and mga, mga
Paka-explain
immaturity
yung
days.
paka-explain yung away days para maintindihan nila.
So I
Grabe,
actually
no?
I
Actually,
have learned a lot
naalala ko.
from those
Ah,
experiences.
mm,
Go, go.
naalala na kanina before tayo mag-start. Naalala ko lang yung mga panahon na magkasama tayo sa yung nagkakasama pa tayo sa office. So parang grabe ka pa kami
Uh,
mag-away ni Von.
and now para tayo mga dito na naman mabait.
Oo nga. Feeling ko ang
May
bait ko.
halo.
May
May
halo na
halo.
tayo.
So anyway, naman siya. I don't know. I just thought of this segment just,
Mm-mm.
I think a few weeks back kasi I just wanted to revive the what is my story today na idea ko. Kasi I don't know if I mentioned to you
Mm-mm.
before, no, or even in this segment na this what is my story today was born 5 years ago when I was in Qatar. So
Mm-mm.
even before pa na introduce no Instagram yung stories na
Mm-mm.
feature noong August 2016. During May of 2016, I already thought of this concept. Yung plan ko lang before in Qatar was to really talk to strangers, know their life stories, know what they want to share, no? When I get to
Mm-mm.
meet any stranger in a day. Usually yung mga nakakausap ko, yung mga workmate na secondees din from other countries, yung taxi driver na nasasakyan ko pa uwi sa hotel na where we are staying as on this before. Who else? yeah, mostly yun lang, mga ganong types of people that I get to mingle during
Mm-mm.
my stint in Qatar. Pero yeah,
Mm-mm.
I realized then that this pandemic is also the right time to revive this concept. Kasi syempre, um, I also realized no, that we need to check on each other, not just ourselves,
Mm-mm.
not just our families at home, but also those people who we got to spend time pre-pandemic. Kasi syempre, when we got stuck at home, we felt, no, and we thought na parang, okay, I'm fine because I'm not getting sick. And I'm
Mm-mm.
in the corners of our homes. If we are doing fine, then we don't care no, about the rest of the world. Pero it's not that eh. Kasi, di ba,
Mm-mm.
earlier we also talked about how do we impact others' lives. No? So you mentioned that you have a friend na um, he or she wants to ensure that he will be able to help at least one person a day. So I
Mm-mm.
also thought of that na parang it's not really about us in this time of pandemic. It's about
Yeah.
how we check on others, no?
Mm-mm.
Outside the corners of our own. Yeah, so anyway, to close this session, so siguro I'd just like to invite you to a prayer. Yes, naging ano
Wow.
yun.
Prayer
Naging,
meeting pala
hindi,
to.
kasi I did this, ano.
Prayer meeting po talaga
Baka
to.
maging pastor na ako nito. Sorry. Bagay ba sa akin maging pastor? Yes.
Pwede naman. Pwede.
And then, kidding aside, we're not called to be pastors or priests naman.
Mm-mm.
We're called to be disciples naman in what I know about the things I've heard as well no, from the previous sessions that I've attended or siguro from the people I got to talk to before. Parang it's not necessary naman that you need to go to a certain vocation no to make disciples out of
Mm-mm.
others no. I think this activity is also an eye opener din to everyone. Now we need to check on others, no? Not
Mm-mm.
just ourselves. Kasi sometimes, not really sometimes, most of the times, if you, yung nga, as I've said, if you feel like we're okay, I don't care about others anymore. So, alam mo ba, I would like to share then one story. No? I mentioned this also to a group of friends of mine before. Na parang, during this pandemic, I was able to get a hold of what I earned from my salary.
Mm-mm.
Pero I realized na parang, okay, I'm just spending my money for myself and my family. So how about
Mm-mm.
others? Di ba? How about the people who just pass by outside their home? Na are they living a life of security din ba? Like how we have. No? So parang doon ko naisip na parang okay, I think I'm kind of greedy na these days. No? Kasi one thing is that hindi na nga ako nakakapagsimba, hindi pa ako nakikishare sa iba. So parang,
Mm-mm.
di ba? So parang
Mm-mm.
sobrang eye-opener din siya sa akin. That's why I also, even though intangible yung ginagawa ko ngayon, I see to it then that ayun nga, I check on others. Even just this little activity that we have right now. And yeah, hopefully by God's grace then I mean I don't want to brag or what or to let my left hand know what my right hand is doing. Pero yun, hopefully if yumaman man tayo pagpalain ni Lord, sana makatulong tayo sa iba. So
Mm.
yun naman yung goal talaga eh. For how you impact others' lives with the graces that you receive
Mm-mm.
from the Lord. Not just monetary, even yung mga emotionally or ibang aspects in life.
Mm-mm.
Anyway, hindi ko kasi sure kung paano ko ba i-conduct yung prayer, pero siguro ano na lang, ah, ano ba, through a message na lang. Kasi parang na-awkward ako. Ipopost ko kasi ito sa Facebook and then sa YouTube. But anyway, siguro yun lang yung message ko lang is I thank God today that you accepted the
Mm-mm.
invitation and I hope that He protects you as well and your family and your soon to be life as a married individual, no, when the time comes.
Mm.
And yeah, I hope that you also continue to spread your ang tawag dito, parang your not just your intellect but also your compassion, no, to others.
Mm-mm.
And may this pandemic also bring out the best in you, no, in your life and your loved ones. And yeah, God bless you
Mm-mm.
um, in your way to your dreams in life. So
Thank you,
that's it.
Von. And
Thank you,
yeah,
Jess.
congrats. Yeah, congrats ulit. I'm so proud of you. Yes.
Salamat and salamat ulit sa ating sponsor for tonight. Yung
Ano sponsor
Mr.
mo?
Right, Mr. Right
Mr.
Style
Rice.
Fragrance. Ah. So, ang bait na may-ari nito.
Oo nga, parang kilala ko nga yan eh. Talaga ba?
Ang bait niya, ang bait niya. Si Mr.
Nakila
Sales, ang
na,
bait niya.
nakilala mo na.
Oo, nakilala ko na siya.
Uy,
Sobrang bait.
segue.
Natama.
Talaga ba? Ah,
Ayun,
kailan ka uwi
so,
ng, kailan ka uwi ng Manila? Nang tsikahan na yun. No?
alam mo ba, tinatamad na akong bumalik ng Manila, to be honest. Kasi yun nga, di
Mm.
ba kanina sabi natin, when we got to spend time with family again,
Mm-mm.
parang mas gagawan mo na lang ng paraan na parang dito ko na lang muna in the meantime, no?
Mm-mm.
Actually, parang iniisip ko nga, it's, aside from it's a privilege, no, to those who can work from home,
Mm-mm.
yung isang essence din talaga is to really spend a meaningful time with everyone at home. Kasi baka kinakain na naman ulit ng work yung time natin and then eventually
Yep.
hindi natin namamalayan, hindi naman pala tayo connected with the people at home. So yun lang din. Yung daily challenge din natin as we work from ayun.
Yeah.
Anyway, I will not take much of your time. I'll give back 3 minutes of your time before 10 p.m. And I hope in the next seasons or episodes, we can still get to discuss on certain matters. Kasi for tonight's episode, yes, tonight's episode, this is
Pilot
just more
episode.
of, yeah, for the pilot episode of What is My Story Today featuring Jess Jordan. Yeah, so this is more about checking on others and how we really spend our day, uh, each day of our lives as well. So once again, thank you, Jess, for
Thank
your time
you.
and have a good night.
Thank you,
Stay
Von.
safe and healthy.
Good
All
night
right.
din. Thank you,
Good night.
viewers.
Bye-bye.
Viewers.
Yes. Bye-bye. Wait lang.
Bye.
Paano ko ba?